Greetings, fellow men. Servus Männer. It's Red Pill Germany again, and I have a new video for you from the beautiful Japanese city of Kyoto. I am at the train station at the moment, and I just thought I'm gonna make a new video. I wanted to talk a little bit about the new candidates that are there to replace Angela Merkel in the race for the party chair of the CDU, and I have to say none of these candidates will really do. I'm not cheering for any one of them. Okay, there are degrees of how horrible they are. They're not the same, obviously. First of all, there is Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer. I told you already, I think she's somewhat of a clone of Angela Merkel, and she was put in place there by Merkel herself to be her successor. Then I was reading a little bit, and the mainstream media in Germany also covered a lot about Friedrich Merz, the guy who was in political exile, so to speak, for the last couple of years. He was purged from the party, more or less, by Angela Merkel. He is a textbook globalist. He is in a network, in a club called the Atlantik-Brücke, the Atlantic Bridge. And that is more or less a club that promotes US-American interests in Germany, in Europe. And it doesn't get much more globalist puppet than this. People call him a conservative, but he is a absolute globalist. He is not that kind of conservative. If you want to cheer for Friedrich Merz, you can do so, but you have to know that he is a total globalist puppet. Big corporations, big money, that's the side he chooses. He actually worked for a long time for BlackRock. If you do not know what BlackRock is, I have to admit, until recently I also didn't know that. It is a big investment company, one of the biggest in the world. So in other words, they invest other people's money. And if it is an ETF or something like that, of course, they do not hold so much power then. But if you are talking about some other form of investment, private equity, where they actually have something to say, where they actually can make the choice, the decision to pull money out of a company or out of some investment or not, they do have a lot of power then. And the invested capital is around 4-point-something trillion dollars. That is a lot of money. And the founders and the people at the head of that organization are, of course, let's say tribal people from the Middle East, and it doesn't look so good for Friedrich Merz from my point of view when he is actually one of theirs, so to speak. He is on their side. Then the third candidate, Jens Spahn, people also call him a conservative. He is Catholic. He has that going for him. As I said before, I don't care about his romantic life as long as he keeps it legal. That is Jens Spahn. Oops, it's a bit windy here. Maybe the good view I will keep for the end of the video. Many people dislike Jens Spahn. He's too conservative for them, but too conservative in Germany, what does that really mean? Not so much. So the point of this video is basically me telling you that I personally don't cheer for any one of these candidates. I don't have high hopes for positive changes being brought about by any of those three candidates. And there is something you can say that Jens Spahn at least has some consciousness, or at least he tells that to the public. He has some consciousness for the danger that we're in. He is criticized by Armin Laschet, the head or a big name in North Rhine-Westphalen, or North Rhine-Westphalia as I call it. So that is the biggest CDU state party in Germany. NRW, or North Rhine-Westphalia, is the largest state in Germany, the most populous state, and he's criticized by Armin Laschet. He is also called Türken Armin for a reason. So Jens Spahn is criticized for seeing the migration question as too problematic, when we need more integration and more tolerance and more kumbaya. So Armin Laschet is a big promoter of Islam in Germany. He is one of the spearheads, or one of the people promoting the Islamization of Europe the hardest. He celebrates every new mosque that is built. He wants more Arabs, more Turks in Germany. He wants the indigenous people of Europe to disappear. He, not only the Germans, no, all indigenous Europeans, the Polish, the Italians, the Dutch, they all have to go. According to Armin Laschet, we need more Islam. Islam is a good force. He sees that so positively, as if Islam could save Europe. I wonder from what? From itself, probably. So that Jens Spahn is criticized by Armin Laschet is a good sign, actually, or it casts a positive light on Jens Spahn, I would say, but that is not enough. Of course, if you want to be elected, if you want to make your way in the CDU of 2018, of course you cannot be a politician according to my taste. This is why I vote for the AfD, obviously. So I just wanted to let my international audience know that don't have high hopes for some conservative to follow Angela Merkel here. And as I said before, the person who will lead the party probably will be the next candidate for chancellor from the union parties, from the CDU, CSU. This doesn't have to be the case necessarily, but traditionally it was like that. So it is an important question. It goes beyond the question of who's going to be the party chair. But as I said, and for the reasons that I told you, I don't really expect a lot from them. And so now, I know it gets windy now, but I want to say farewell for today with pictures from the Kyoto Tower that you can see in front of you right now, with this wonderful evening sky. And let's see if we get a glimpse here. Yeah, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? A wonderful Japanese city. Alrighty, then I say, as always, Servus, Kameraden.